I kneel here in the soft earth of my allotment in Newcastle, surrounded by blooming sunflowers and rows of plump tomatoes, the air buzzing with bees and laughter from neighbors tending their plots. I'm Eleanor Wright, a 8-year-old retired schoolteacher who's turned this patch of land into a thriving community garden, where folks from all walks come to plant, share, and heal. We host weekly gatherings, now potlucks under string lights, workshops on composting, and it's become my lifeline, pulling me from grief's grip. Hard to fathom, you know? Me, once lost in silence, now at the heart of something alive. But let's go back, because if you're nursing your own heartache, my tale might show how growth can sprout from the barren. Before losing Harold, my life was a cozy rhythm of routines. We'd been married 42 years, him a postman, me shaping young minds at the local primary. Mornings smelled of toast and tea in our terraced house, Harold humming as he laced his boots. "Ellie, love, don't forget the marking," he'd tease, kissing my forehead. Weekends meant walks along the Tyne, hand in hand, or tending our tiny backyard, him pruning roses, me reading aloud from poetry books. Retirement loomed golden. Travel plans, grandkids' visits. Isolation? Never imagined it. Our world was full, woven with friends from church and school. The major failure moment shattered everything one crisp October morning in 2022. Harold clutched his chest during breakfast, his teacup crashing to the floor in a spray of shards and steaming liquid. I dialed 999, voice trembling, but by the time paramedics arrived, he was gone heart attack, they said. The house echoed with their apologies, the sterile scent of their kits lingering like accusation. I'd failed him, hadn't I? Not noticing signs, not insisting on that doctor's visit. The funeral blurred in rain-soaked grief, neighbors' condolences ringing hollow. Shame coiled around me like bindweed, suffocating. I retreated to our empty home, curtains drawn against the world, the tick of the clock mocking my solitude. Why didn't I see? I whispered to his photo, tears soaking the frame. Fear paralyzed me, what now, without him? Frustration erupted in shattered plates, screams into pillows. Humiliation burned when old friends called, their pity evident. "Eleanor, you must get out." But I snapped at my daughter Sophie over the phone. "Leave me be." I felt exposed, a widow adrift, unworthy of the life we'd built. In that void, transformation beckoned subtly. Clearing Harold's shed one rainy afternoon, I found his old seed packets, carrots, beans tucked away. Might as well, I thought, applying for a local allotment plot on a whim. It was cheap, a distraction from the aching quiet. My first day, spade in hand, mud squelching under boots, felt foolish but necessary. The journey unfolded gradually, soil-stained and soul-deep. I started basic, clearing weeds with a hoe, the rhythmic chop easing my mind. Detailed processes anchored me testing soil pH with a kit from the garden center, mixing compost rich with kitchen scraps. I'd plant seeds in trays at home, watering gently under grow lights, then transplant to the plot. Realistic activities filled days, joining a free council gardening class, where the tutor demonstrated companion planting marigolds beside tomatoes to ward off pests. Struggles rooted deep. Early frosts killed my first seedlings. Leaves blackened and wilted. I wept over them, echoing my loss. Setbacks piled. Arthritis flared from digging. Isolation crept back during lonely weeding sessions. One storm-ravaged night, wind tore my makeshift fence. Scattering tools, I collapsed in the mud, sobbing. "What's the point?" Neighbors glanced away, amplifying my doubt. Mini breakthroughs bloomed quietly. Harvesting my first radish crisp peppery bite sparked joy, shared with a passing dog walker. "Try one?" Her smile thawed something. Practical lessons took hold naturally. Patience nurtures growth, like waiting for shoots to emerge. Small acts compound, turning solitary plots into shared spaces. Community fosters resilience. I invited neighbors to help mulch, swapping tips on organic fertilizers over thermos tea. I experimented, building raised beds from recycled pallets, labeling rows meticulously. One class, a fellow gardener advised, add eggshells for calcium strengthens stems. Implementing it, my plants thrived. The climax peaked last summer during a neighborhood council meeting. My high-stakes test. I'd proposed expanding the allotment into a community garden, but opposition loomed budget cuts, skeptics calling it Eleanor's folly. Standing before the panel, heart hammering under fluorescent lights, I presented plans, sketches of communal beds, funding from bake sales. Doubt surged when a councillor interrupted, "Why bother? It'll fail." A setback hit a last-minute petition against it, but I rallied, sharing Harold Seed's story, voice steady. This isn't just dirt, it's connection. Victory flourished when approval came, cheers erupting. We transformed the space, volunteers planting orchards, installing benches. The garden united the neighborhood kids learning to sew, elders sharing wartime tales amid blooming lavender. My dream realized, a haven of healing, purpose reborn. Emotional payoff enveloped me like warm soil. Sophie's visit, arms around me amid the greenery. "Mum, Dad would be proud." Family mended, grandkids picnicking here, self-identity renewed. I'm not just a widow. I'm a cultivator of bonds, pride in every harvest shared. Seeing isolated souls find solace fills me with quiet triumph. If you're watching, buried in your own winter of loss, remember, healing starts with one seed. Dig in, nurture through storms, and watch community grow. You've got roots stronger than you know, let them spread. Bloom where you're planted. The harvest awaits.